All right. So we have a brand new Boruto chapter, and this chapter was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed this chapter. Again, I insist, as always, as I will always insist. I feel like Boruto should be kind of like a weekly manga. I feel like if it were weekly, we could get like a lot more done. Because what I like about Boruto is that it is kind of a more info dumpy kind of a story, which is good. It suits the monthly, pacing a little bit. But I still feel like sometimes the info that we get isn't like that much. So I feel like, making a weekly would help the pacing a lot more, considering that it is kind of like more, it does have much more dialogue than like a typical like shonen does. But yeah, so we are 14 chapters in, and we got some new info in this one chapter, and there is a lot to unpack. So let's get on with this. Let's start going. So as always, I'm going to go part by part, and like we're going to see what happens. So first off, we get to the part where Boruto is taken for interrogation, right? He's, at Konoha. He's being interrogated, and they're basically just like trying to get info out of him and all of that like good stuff. No, I like that Konohamaru is like just there in the interrogation room with him, and as well as with like Ibiki, and we get like some like info on like what is Inojin's whole deal, what is his whole idea. We get another look at Sakura, which Sakura is that MILF though. I just want to say that, right? Sakura and Ino look like they are absolute MILFs. They don't look really old though, so that's the thing. They don't look old. They look actually pretty young. They look like they did, like, I don't know, when they were like in the last Naruto the movie. Like they don't look old, so they look pretty young, right? And we get a lot of interesting insight with Ino. Surprisingly, we get a very good Ino mini arc in this one chapter where she's very concerned and very worried about Inojin. And then when Shikamaru asks for her help, she's kind of like, I can't keep doing this anymore, and I don't want to do this. Because I imagine what's going through her head is, these things are attacking Konoha. Like, she probably thinks that Boruto is involved in this whole situation. And she probably, rightfully so, doesn't really trust Boruto at all. And having Shikamaru ask her to help him, because you have to understand, like, they know that Boruto did everything. So they're not thinking too much about it. It's just something that they know. The only one who's kind of thinking about it is Shikamaru, because he's just that guy. He's just that smart. And also because Boruto is kind of planting that seed of doubt within him. And it's not the first time that he comes to this conclusion, because in like previous chapters, Boruto told Shikamaru that he had come to this conclusion a couple of times, and that they've had this conversation a couple of times. So you have to understand like Ino's kind of perspective on this. She doesn't know what Shikamaru knows, and I guess she kind of does, but she doesn't believe it that much. And so it's very easy for her to like worry about Inojin and just deciding not to help Shikamaru have something to do with Boruto, because she could be doubting Boruto and thinking that Boruto is actually working with the enemy. So there's that part, right? Of course, it would be much easier for her to just help Shikamaru. But again, as far as she knows, Boruto is like the traitor, and he could just be lying, because it's not like someone told them a lie and they decided to believe it. They didn't decide to believe anything. They just know it to be true. It's like a whole thing. Like somebody messed with their perception of what they know and don't know. So that's the whole thing. And then we have like a couple of we have the whole actual interrogation thing. And I just want to make a little comment. How are the village elders still alive? They have been around for so long. How are they still breathing? They must be old right now. They must be they were around since like Heroes End, I think, or since like a little bit before Heroes End. So how old are the village elders? Because they were already elders when Hiruzen was Hokage, right? And Hiruzen was kind of an old dude when they were like there. So how old are these fucking people? Like they must be like 100 years old or something. I don't know how old. Like, I don't know how old they are. Like suppose they were like 70 back in Naruto. Like a couple of years, like a good chunk of years have passed. Like at least 20 years have passed. So I don't know how they're in like the time skip. They should be massively old right now. I don't know how they're still alive. So yeah, the village elders are here. Now I want to talk about the actual interrogation thing, right? So there's a couple of things to take into account, right? First of all, I love Damon. Damon so far is turning out to be a very good character. I love that he's calling out Kawaki, and he's like, "So what are you gonna do when Boruto like calls you out on your bullshit?" And Kawaki's like, "He's not gonna do that." And Damon's like, "All right, he might not do that, but what if he tells him that the Hokage isn't dead? What the fuck are you gonna do then?" Like, I love just this passive aggressiveness from Damon. Like, he doesn't really give too much of a shit about what's going on in the Leaf Village as long as his sister's safe. But I do love the cynicism he has with Kawaki, with calling him out on his bullshit and just letting him know that his plan is absolutely fucking stupid and that he is being kind of an asshole. You know, and then when Ada tells Kawaki that Boruto isn't planning on like revealing what Kawaki did and that they've switched places, Damon is like surprised, like, why the fuck would he not do that? Like, I would do it. I love how Damon just thinks like he would probably do it without a second thought, but Boruto's not doing it, which that leads me to my second point, which is like the motivations from Kawaki and Boruto, because Boruto is really helping out Kawaki and really thinking about him like as his brother, but Kawaki's just acting out like on like a type of rage and just wants to kill Boruto. Like back when he killed Boruto in part one of like of Boruto, he really looked like he was pissed and ready to kill Boruto. Like he didn't really feel, it didn't seem like there was remorse on his part. And then here he tells like Ada and Damon that he's someone that he has to kill. And I understand Kawaki's like mentality here, which is Boruto has Momoshiki. And Momoshiki is a very big problem, and I understand that he has to kill like Otsutsuki so like they don't go rampant and anything. But I don't really think he even cares about keeping the world safe. I think he just cares about keeping the like Naruto safe. That's it. So it really bothers me that Boruto's being like a brother and thinking about helping Kawaki out and not ratting him out. And Kawaki's like, yeah, fuck Boruto. I gotta go smoke him. Like, I gotta go kill him. Like, what the fuck, Kawaki? Like, I really don't like Kawaki as a character. I like the way that he's written because you do have to have like an antagonist. But I don't like him. I was starting to like him back in like part one, but now in part two and two Blue Vortex, I'm not really sure I like the guy. Again, I think he's a pretty good antagonist, but I don't know if I like the guy because he's just kind of pissed and just wants to kill Boruto. He wants to kill Otsutsuki, right? And I understand that he has no, like, he doesn't have any thing that could turn him into an Otsutsuki, but like he's kind of an Otsutsuki himself. You know what I mean? So I think he's being kind of hypocritical in that aspect. Again, he doesn't have any Otsutsuki that he can turn into. But it really pisses me off that like Boruto and Naruto and even Sasuke helped him get rid of Ishiki, and he's not willing to do the same with Boruto and Momoshiki. So it's just kind of a weird thing. You know what I mean? And also, if you see that Boruto is just if you see that he one-shotted you, why not just ask him for help? You know what I mean? Like, you can't take on these trees by yourself. You got murked by one of them. So what makes you think you can do it without Boruto? Like, why don't you help him instead? Right, but I don't know. What do you guys think about like Kawaki as like a character? On the other hand, the character that I really do like is Boruto. Honestly, I thought he was kind of annoying in part one, but now in part two, he's got the drip, he's got the sauce. He's got the sauce, brother. He's got the sauce. You know what I mean? He's just a really good character, and not just in the aspect of like. Honestly, I like Boruto much more than I liked Naruto, because first of all, Naruto never had drip. He always looked kind of stupid with his outfits, right? When his only good outfit that I liked was like the one that he had in the last. And I love his transformation in the Boruto manga. But I never really liked Naruto that way. Like, he never had like that drip. But Boruto has that drip. And he's got the sauce and he's got the attitude. When Ibiki's punching him and beating the fuck out of him, like, Ibiki's like, yeah, I've been waiting 3 years for this moment. And Boruto's like, Must be tough not having something to do for 3 years. And he just punches the shit out of him. Like, bro, Boruto just has that sauce. And he's very fucking mature. And I'm not saying that Naruto isn't mature, but I don't see Naruto doing like the having the emotional maturity at this age that like Boruto has at that same age. Naruto was pretty mature, but Boruto is literally just carrying the weight of having lost everything and not having his family, because it's the whole situation with like Sasuke and Naruto, because Naruto told Sasuke that he knew exactly how it felt to be alone. But Sasuke said that it wasn't the same feeling because Naruto never had anything and Sasuke lost something. So it's kind of the same situation because Boruto never had anything to begin with. And then later he found out that he lost it. But, you know, Boruto had everything and then just like lost it. And lost it to another motherfucker, right? So he hasn't lost everything. He just can't. It's like, I think it's kind of fucked up because it's like if you have like if you really want like a Gatorade and like it's in the fridge, but like it's like locked behind like something and you know it's there and you want it, but it's not yours anymore. And so you can't get it because otherwise, you know, people are going to be against you. So it's kind of a weird thing. So I really like Boruto's personality much more than I like Kid Naruto's personality, for example, because Kid Naruto was cool, right? But Boruto just has that drip, bro. He has that bold and like stoic attitude, like, yeah, brother. So yeah, I really like Boruto's character, and I like the way he handled himself in this interrogation. He gave them the information that he wanted to give. And then when he was free, he just dipped. Now, he did escape because Mitsuki helped him out. But I love that he doesn't give a fuck. Like, Mitsuki came in there, was going to poison him. And he was like, yo, Mitsuki, are you still looking forward to, to like, looking for your son? I'm pretty sure that Ino thought it over and connected Shikamaru with Boruto. And Boruto knew that Mitsuki was going to help him out, so he prompted Mitsuki to like attack him. I'm pretty sure that's what happened because I don't see any other reason why Boruto would like just taunt Mitsuki for any reason. So I'm pretty sure he knew Mitsuki was going to help him, so he needed Mitsuki to like get close to him. So like he prompted Mitsuki to push him back so his snake could like go over his shoulder. And then to finish up, I want to talk about Konohamaru. I love the protagonism that they're giving Konohamaru. I like that instantly here when Shikamaru says like, oh, let Mitsuki in there and use some like poison. Konohamaru was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, he's gonna kill him. He doesn't like Boruto. He's gonna murk his ass. And Shikamaru was like, no, it's fine. And then when Boruto gets liberated, Shikamaru instantly thinks about Mitsuki. So I really hope Konohamaru can get a lot of protagonism in Two Blue Vortex. I hope characters can get more protagonism. Because the Ino Shikachochiro had a little moment. Ino is having a great moment right now with being, you know, Shikamaru's kind of, you know, aide. So, and then Konohamaru in the last chapter. So I hope that these characters get more protagonism in Two Blue Vortex because, again, what I didn't like about Boruto is that we didn't get time to just flesh out anything. We didn't get a chance to world build. It was just Boruto and Kawaki versus the Otsutsuki versus Delta versus Kachin Koji, and that's it. In Naruto and Sasuke, and that was like all the premise. There was no room for any other characters. So I hope that in this one we can have, now that Naruto and Sasuke aren't here, we can have some more protagonism from the other characters. So I hope that happens. For that reason, I think getting rid of Naruto and Sasuke was a good plan because Kishimoto was able to get rid of Naruto and Sasuke without killing them, to give some protagonism to other characters. So I really hope that happens. And yeah, it turns out that Shinki is Ryu, the new divine tree monster thing. So yeah, we'll probably get some world building at Hidden Sand Village. I hope that happens, please. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. So bye-bye.